All right, Sky Squad. It looks like we are hitting the end of the road for not just Phaedra on Married to Medicine. Allegedly, I don't know. Okay, or I may know. I don't know. I don't know. Do I know? I don't know. Everything's alleged. Okay, everything's alleged, except a few things in this video. But we're going to talk about that. It's also the end of the road for the Real Housewives of New Jersey, as you know it. We've got the tea for you, so don't go nowhere. Matter of fact, go ahead and get your coffee cup, your tea mug, or whatever you got available, and let's have a little ponderosa to discuss what is happening in the world of reality TV, okay? If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. Hit that notification bell button and let's jump into the tea of it all. All right, so before we get into today's video, let's talk about today's sponsor. Ladies, if you got a man and he got a little bush going on down there and it's getting out of control, and fellas too, listen, if you know your bush getting out of control, this is for you because it is officially smooth sack summer. So when you're playing in the summer sun, you want to make sure that you're groomed from your pubes to your bum. Okay. Thanks to our friends over at Manscaped, you can now make this season the smoothest one yet. The Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is the ultimate bundle to keep the boys cool while looking hot. Okay. You know what I'm talking about. More than 10 million men worldwide trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer. You're going to get 20% off plus free shipping when you go to manscaped.com and use my code SKYE, that's SKYE. So we want to thank Manscaped today for being the sponsor of this video. All right, y'all, it is completely official. Phaedra Parks is joining the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She just revealed this in a new post on Instagram. Okay, so this is crazy. Literally just opened up. And guess what, y'all? She tagged a Bravo. Bravo is actually tied to the post. So you know it's real. It says, "You called, I answered." Hashtag Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16, baby. So, baby, listen, the news is happening. We talked about it. We heard that she was in negotiations for it, but now it is 100% for real. Okay. These shots were done by Freddie O Photos and shot by Charisse. Okay, shout out to them for that because these photos are epic, baby. So here she is looking glamorous. It's giving luxury. It's giving, I'm holding a peach. It's giving, here I am. I'm back again. I've got my Louis bags in tow. I am about to board this private jet, or I'm getting off of the private jet just in time for the Real Housewives of Atlanta cast trip. So last night, I had heard through the grapevine, somebody sent me this post from Housewives of ATL. And it said cast trip coming soon. Now, Toya Bush Harris revealed that I heard Phaedra is going too. Toya over there spilling the beans, baby. But I heard previously that, and I didn't say anything about it, but I heard that Phaedra had told them Married to Medicine girls during that cast trip, she was deuces and she was out and she was going to roll down the street with them girls from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's what I heard. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I heard it. I heard it. I heard it through the grapevine. So yeah, like this is no surprise to me. I'm actually excited about it, to be quite honest with you, because I just feel like it injects Real Housewives of Atlanta with a much needed shot of adrenaline, especially with the loss of Kenya Moore on the show. I feel like you need somebody that can, add a little bit more spice and punch to the show. Hopefully, that is what Phaedra will be able to give us, along with the synergy that she has with Portia, the frick to her frack. But this makes me wonder what is going to happen with Shamea and Portia's friendship as a result, because the last time we saw the dynamic duo of Portia and Phaedra together on our screens, it was season 9, and Shamea was not here for Phaedra. Okay. So I'm just wondering how she feels about her all these many years later. Only time will tell. And hopefully we won't find out until the episodes start to air, or at least until we get a trailer. So anyway, that's the tea on Phaedra returning. Let me know if you guys are happy or excited about it in the chatterization down below. All right, let's get into it, baby. We got to talk and catch up with this drama with Shamea Morton and Drew Sidora, okay? Because you guys know, we talked about it, how Shamea Morton did the interview with the Big Tigger Morning Show and threw a lot of shade, a grenade of shade, okay, at Drew Sidora. So Drew came out bussing with the Me, Myself, and I Bayang wig, bang, okay? And she got 5 on it and said, watch out for people who do interviews and create imaginary beef at Shamea Morton while I'm wearing my Go Naked hair. It was like kind of like a double whammy of shade. Pow, 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 pow. So Shamea being called out, you gotta pull a G move if somebody pull a G move on you, right? Okay, in the world of reality TV, not in real life, you ain't got to do none of this. But in the world of reality TV, where this is all for our entertainment, okay, we got Shamea with the clap back and says, here you are with another lie. You just can't help it, huh, cutie? You know what's fun for me? What's fun for me is this, to me, is the level of shade that I would prefer on my housewives shows, right? Here you have Shamea accusing Drew of lying while calling her a cutie at that. I love it. I love it. It's like the backhanded compliment, the diss, you know, kind of with a little bit of sugar and cream on the end. You know, it's just a little bit of both. So I'm excited for this to play out. Like, what's really going on behind the scenes, right? What's really popping off behind the scenes? So this just dropped off in the tea box, baby. Okay. So the people are saying, shout out to Bravo OMG, okay? That Andy was live on his radio show today, and Andy Cohen live, and said that the Real Housewives of New Jersey will be getting a full reboot. Now, this ain't the only place that I have seen it. So I think that we knew that he said this to a caller live, okay? I think that we knew that this was coming when they canceled the reunion. We knew that. I think that this is probably the first time he said this live. He said it out loud, but it's kind of like the quiet part has been said out loud this entire time, right? We kind of knew that this was coming. There will apparently be all new faces. So everybody got everybody gone. Okay. Everybody get to get on. Okay. How do I feel about this? Well, 14 seasons into a show, right? I had to look back. So we're going to do a slight recap of The Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 14, episode 12, mixed in with this news a little bit. And the episode is called Don't Trial This at Home. Now, here's the thing. Real Housewives of New Jersey, you know, I see people complaining about the toxicity. I see people complaining about, you know, a lot of what's happening right now. And what I will tell you is that if you go back to seasons, this season 2 reunion, especially seasons 3, 4, and 5, have been, those seasons were really riddled with off camera drama, making it to the screen and utilizing side players to take down cast members. What we're seeing on New Jersey with the Louis and Teresa and the ex and Margaret allegedly having conversations with the ex, this is nothing new for the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Here's what I think. I think that there is a little bit of toxicity fatigue, though, right? Because when we were watching seasons, I'm gonna say reunions of season 2, right? And you can kind of say there was an undercurrent of this in the reunion of season 1, to be quite honest with you. But we didn't really know what the undercurrent was, really, to be honest with you. And then we saw Dina leave in season 2, and the group was pretty much split for much of season 2, even though there were only 4 ladies. And honestly, they didn't come together as one until the One Posh Fashion Show. So when you go back through the history of Jersey, what you're seeing now with this divide is really nothing new. But what is new is the impact of social media and how the show functions, right? Because before there was definitely, alleged Facebook conversations with Danielle Staub and Melissa Gorga allegedly, right? Remember that? That's how, and then allegedly that was the introduction or the gateway to Melissa coming on the show along with Joe Gorga. But I think that the casting was actually fascinating and a really good move for the show, especially when you lost Dina. Now, when you go back again, social media was not as big of a factor, I think, back then. It still is what it was still a thing, but it wasn't what it is today. Okay. So I think that when you incorporate the fandom with what is happening on the show, it becomes magnified. And now we are entering into a space where that level of toxicity just bogs the show down, right? So it is a combination of what is happening on the show and what is happening on social media. But then there's a third factor that we must consider, right? Factor number 3 is that, to me, the key difference between then and now is that it feels like production has taken a step back. Okay. What do I mean by that? Well, this is an interesting space, right? Production stepped back technically in season 2, or did they? Because what they were still able to do in season 2 is tell a compelling story with a cast divide, meaning that cast was not filming with Danielle. However, we did get several key sit downs with Danielle, with Dina, and with Caroline in a confrontation with Teresa at the Posh Fat. Well, um Teresa and Jacqueline at the Posh Fashion Show, right? You can see that there was a concerted effort to follow the reality, but also to try to bridge the gap, right? So those sit downs were epic. Here, there is no attempt in this season of a resolution sit down between Teresa and Margaret, Teresa and Melissa, Teresa and her brother, and really no individual sit down between Danielle and Jennifer to fully air out their grievances with each other one on one. The one on one conversations is where typically housewives can shine. Remember epic sit downs with Candy and Phaedra, with Candy and Portia, with Nene and Sheree, Who else? Kim and Candy. Go back. I'm just going back through some of these one-on-ones. Giselle and Karen with the clown. Cynthia and Phaedra. Cynthia and Portia. You know, there were some epic sit downs that have happened when you've had these one-on-one. Kyle and Lisa Vanderpump, wherein Lisa Vanderpump kicked Kyle out the house. Goodbye, Kyle. Remember that? So I just feel like that is what is missing in this season. And that to me is where it feels like production has stepped back and said, you know what? Just do whatever you want to do. You know, we're not even going to make y'all have a reunion. We don't even care no more. We don't care, but we're going to still put this out there because we done already filmed it. We're doing a reboot. The season ain't even ended yet. What kind of cockamamie mess is that? It makes no sense. Y'all should have saved that information until after the finale. And I don't even know why Andy said this today, because it's kind of like, well, it's much ado about nothing. Well, I guess we'll just watch to see how it ends. But otherwise, if we know it ain't going to be no resolution, then that's it. So then when you look at the fandom and the people who have been going up, up, up for Teresa, up, up, up for Margaret, and they just been going back and forth with each other. This is why you can't argue with people on social media, okay? Because now all that arguing and all that passion and all that fuel, y'all done got the show canceled. I can't blame the fans though, because it starts and stops with the ladies in production. How affected can you be by what happens on social media? And when do you guys start to say, when are we operating from a place of resolve, and who do we have to get rid of if they can't come to the table with the resolve? That's my little soapbox for now, and I'm done with it. Okay, let's get into the episode because we got things to talk about, places to go, things to do, and items to discuss. Jennifer meets with Bill. She tells him about what's going on with the girls. You know, Louis is inviting some of the guys out. Joe Gorga is having his own separate event. It's still much ado about nothing. She's just willing to meet Danielle halfway if Danielle is willing to apologize to her. Margaret sits down with Jen Fessler. Jen Fessler tells her that Teresa has invited all the girls, well, not really all of them, all the girls that are either neutral or on her side, okay? That would be Jen Fessler, Jennifer Aiden, Danielle Cabral, Dolores Catania, and Jackie Goldschneider, okay? So she's inviting all those girls down to her house for a ponderosa where her legal attorney or whatever the case may be has invited them together to talk about and reveal Margaret's involvement in Louis' case with his ex-girlfriend or fiance or whoever she is. Here's the thing. Margaret blows a gasket. Oh, she's having a meeting to trash me. Oh, who would dare go to that? You shouldn't go to that, Jennifer. If you're my friend, you're not gonna go to that meeting. You're not gonna go to that. And she has a conniption, so she calls all the girls. I'm calling Jackie. No, I'm calling Dolores. You better not. Are you going to this thing? How dare you? I'm gonna call you back. Then she calls Danielle. Are you going to this thing? Did she call Danielle? I think she called Danielle. Danielle's like, well, I'm going to hear how dare you? And it's just like, to be honest with you, Margaret, if you ain't do nothing, here's the thing. I do believe Margaret said it. I believe it. I believe Margaret had some type of meeting with the lady. Now, Margaret says she didn't, but I kind of believe she did. Now, do I blame Margaret for this? No, because I also know that Jennifer Aiden and Teresa, or at least had some conversations with Margaret's old girlfriend Laura. This is where I mentioned in earlier seasons there would be side characters who were being brought into the show to spill information and tea about the characters. We've seen this happen in earlier seasons, so this is nothing new for this show. to be very honest with you. Again, the mitigating factors are different now. So you have a different result. So now you have got Margaret and her panties are in a bunch, okay? Because she thinks that this meeting is going to be a bash Margaret meeting. And was it a bash Margaret meeting? No. It was more like a I'm trying to expose Margaret meeting. But, I mean, I guess turnabout is fair play. Um, so while Margaret's having her conniption, um, you know, Teresa is preparing to have this ponderosa with the girls, right? Because she wants to get this whole situation out into the open. So she's planning for that. It's been causing her to stress and lose weight and whatnot. And Lord have mercy, I'm so glad it's over. Fun fact, Louis apparently won this round of whatever was going on with the ex. To be honest with you, I don't know, don't care. Um, Dolores meets with her man. Why can they not pronounce thermostat and talk and thought? Everything that starts with the th ends up sounding like it starts with just a T. Like it's not thermostat, it's thermostat. Why can't we? Well, can we not? Is that a? Is that a? I mean, like, what's going on with that? I mean, because did anybody? Was it just me? I know I wasn't the only one that noticed it because uh, e, I. Okay. So anyway, what we learned is that they were all going down to I think the Berkshires for a cash trip, but unfortunately the house burned down to the ground. And Dolores is like, maybe it's an omen. You're darn tootin'. Okay. You're darn tootin' it's an omen. It's an omen that y'all done burnt this house down. Y'all done burnt down the Real Housewives of New Jersey and y'all done burnt it to the ground. And now everybody gone. Okay. Everybody gone. Next. Okay. Thank you. Next. All right. Bye. See ya. Here's your last check. Goodbye. Goodbye. We won't even give you guys the courtesy of a reunion. Bye bye. Don't let the doorknob hit you. We'll see you soon. Okay. I don't know what y'all Teresa people and y'all Margaret Joseph fans gonna do now. I hope y'all support these people now that the show's over. Okay. Now that everybody's been enraged so much and going at it with back and forth with each other. Now y'all done got the show canceled. I can't blame the fans. I got to blame the production and the cast. Okay. The fish stinks from the head down. Y'all always say. So anyway, Teresa gathers the girls plus her daughter, okay, because her daughter got to be there with her. And, Teresa is trying to talk her way through, what's going on with this legal case and why it's been, just stressing her out. She's so stressed. You know what's more stressful? Okay, that check not going to be coming in. But I'm quite sure Bravo will find some way to try to still re-engage with Teresa on some level, probably Teresa and Melissa, I would imagine, in some way, shape, or form. Because even as much as I know that how much they love Teresa, I also believe that they love Joe Gorga. So I would probably count on seeing a bit more of them all in some capacity. Okay. Now, so as Teresa's gathering the girls, her attorney takes over. I've never seen an attorney do something like this, but it's reality TV, so why not? He gathers them together to talk about Margaret's involvement. And when the bombshell is dropped about Margaret allegedly having conversations or revealing information to the ex, um, it's like you know how somebody thinks that they got like, ooh, girl, I got some tea to tell you, and you already know. It's like that. It's like, yes, Margaret has been involved this entire time, allegedly. Okay. Because Margaret is claiming she has not. But um everybody's like, okay, so what time is dinner? Are we gonna eat? Is there any food? Anybody gonna pass out some champagne or something like that? Ooh. Mm. Something bit me. It's kind of like that. You can hear like it's like crickets. And I felt like she thought it was gonna be this big mic drop moment. And it's like, girl, like 9 times out of 10, I think that everybody probably Danielle Cabral said it best. Weren't you guys talking to her ex best friend Laura? I mean, I think that the difference probably is that at least Jen Aiden and Teresa, or at least Jen Aiden, I would say, have been open about that, right? Like, I have to give it to her for that. Yeah, I did it. But Margaret is still like, no, I've never had, no, 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 no. When it's really, yeah, 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 allegedly. I don't know. Anyway, what I do know is that Gangster Margaret said, you know what? I'm going to send you a big old funeral arrangement, okay? A big old funeral arrangement with a card that says, Dear Teresa and James. Who is James? Is James Louis? Anyway, it says, sorry for the loss of your dignity. Love, 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 Marge. Because, you know, Teresa always says, love, love, love. I ain't gonna lie. This definitely was gangster AF. Okay. Um, Margaret, you might get the title for Mob Wives of the Year. Okay. This was like, oh, okay. I got your number, hussy. You know what I'm saying? They're giving Dionne Warwick tease. So I don't know. Like, baby, I think New Jersey's gonna go out with a bang. James. Who is that? Anyway, let me know what y'all think of this episode. It chaos, chaos, and calamity. Okay. Because the end is near. We go to the end of the road. Listen, if you came here and you don't like extra, okay, you in the wrong place. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that. You want me to stop singing? No, I ain't gonna do it. Okay, I can't do it. Here's the thing. If I'm doing something, I gotta enjoy it in the way that I want to enjoy it. And so, that's just what you're gonna get. Okay, y'all like it? um, with that being said, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button, join the Skye Squad membership community by clicking the link in the description down below. We do again have trips coming up to Bali in September. We still have a couple of open spots for that, but Thailand, the takeover is coming March the 7th, okay? Early bird has been done. We did it. We got it out the way, baby. I still have 2 $100 off coupons for the trip, and we have space left if you are interested in going to Thailand for a week. It is 4-star accommodations, baby. It is a 7-day itinerary. We're going first to Bangkok, and then we're going to Phuket. And we're going to end there. We're going to do a lot of beach hopping, island hopping in Phuket. It's going to be jumping in Bangkok. And it's about to be lit. So we got the accommodation set. All you got to do is get your flight, baby. And you got enough time to get a cheap one. If you got questions about that, email me at bookings@DJRichieSkye, and we will get your questions answered as soon as possible. If you guys are looking for some business motivation, hit me up on my personal channel. Right now, it's called Richie Skye in real life. I might change the name, but that link is also in the description down below as well. With that being said, I will catch you in the next video.